We have also proposed in the land sector development framework in the medium-term development plan the property valuation and taxation sector that would provide a modicum of assurance for public investment in the sector. And more importantly, we have gained momentum in our legislative advocacy for the proposed Valuation Reform Act. The DOF, through the Bureau of Local Government and Finance, will continue advocating for this policy and legislative agenda in the 15th Congress, which seeks to improve valuation system and revenue generation capacity of the government. In response, the DOF has included the reforms in its strategic plan. The policy direction is to pursue these reforms to cover the entire country in the most expedient and efficient manner possible. At this juncture, we'd like to thank the Australian AID and the World Bank for helping us find the light on their lamp. We hope they'll continue to engage us in this reform saga. As we look into the roadmap for reforms in property valuation and taxation sector, we're aware that sea changes have to happen. Given the light of lamp, we have seen the ways and have helped shape the instruments to push for these changes. Our goal is to achieve a state of sound fiscal governance for LGUs, as we believe this to be the key to national development. We're moving towards a state and will strive to pursue until each and every LGU achieves this. On one hand, as the DOF embarks on the reform process on valuation and taxation, we face challenges. The challenges are in terms of capacity to shepherd the reform process, the resource requirements, which in the near future would continue to be a major challenge. On the other hand, we acknowledge how our efforts and achievements under LAMP 2 have guided us, and hence will pursue the reforms as we have seen the benefits. First, the education of our local chief executives and local officials. As noted in LAMP 2, specifically in reform activities with our LGU partners, activities at the ground level have led them to accept fiscal realities as governance officers. They have also understood their political rights and duties on taxation being different from valuation as a technical exercise which is beyond their domain as political officers. We need to pursue the advocacy to inform them to put things in proper perspectives. Second, our tax research efforts have shown the inequities in taxation of real properties where the poor appear to be waged higher taxes related to the value of their properties. And for quite some time, the poor have been carrying the greatest burden in real property taxation because of inequities in the system. And third, we have seen the reforms in property valuation and taxation as key instruments to enable LGUs to maximize their revenues, to enable them to dispense adequate basic social and economic services to their constituents. These had been left neglected as the means to maximize their local revenues have been derailed and by inadequate and ineffective links between the national government agencies and their supervisory role to these devolved functions. We need to pursue the reform process as much help is needed by LGUs. We realize that it's a long and tedious process given the complexity of our country's situation. But we aim to reach high level of efficiency and greater confidence, as well as international respectability in land administration and management, including revenue generation. As the DOF had assisted the reform process in fiscal governments We'll keep our responsibility in nurturing local fiscal autonomy through broadened and equitable property taxes coverage. More significantly, we will pursue the advocacy for land and valuation and taxation reforms for the next administration. Nevertheless, we hope that the whole sector will continue to share the vision that we have so that shepherding the reform process will be collective and driven from within. At DOF, Component 4 was, is, and will be operational as we believe and are convinced about the reforms in pursuit of making property valuation and taxation more effective, systematic, transparent, and more importantly, relevant and functional in the whole continuum of land administration and management. As I leave the government and as these reforms have progressed, I reckon that existing LAM systems will still have a long way to go as the LAM agenda is programmed for 15 to 20 years. Given the progress in valuation and taxation reforms, we hope we in the land sector will continue holding hands in announcing to the Filipino people that yes, we did it together and we did it with the support of our development partners. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we wish to assure you and at the same time inform you of the road ahead. One, the government has embraced the reforms. In the fiscal sector, the reforms have formed part of our mission for fiscal governance and meaningful local autonomy through means that they can carry on. Two, in the future, changes are inevitable due to changing conditions, but the reforms will go on in the property valuation and taxation sector. Three, we need to exert effort and resources to pursue reforms despite limited resources. And four, we will endeavor to pursue reforms that are internationally acceptable and recognized. It is also our hope that given the magnitude of this reform process, partnership with Australian AID, the World Bank, and other development partners will continue to prosper. We have seen the light in LAM. We have embarked on this long and arduous journey for the good of our country. The LGUs, the private sector, the civil society, and each and every one in the citizenry. We hope and will persevere that we go in this journey together. Let me end my speech by quoting a French Nobel Prize awardee who once said that, I quote, "Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore," unquote. Let's hold our hands together as we sail and discover the uncharted frontiers of the property valuation and taxation sector. Thank you and good day to everyone.